and children of all ages.
Please welcome
Virgin Mornings
Love the Mornings
with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
Very fun, isn't it?
Okay, let's go.
It's us. How did we get here? Wednesday, September the 30th. Guys, it is officially the last day of September, even though mentally we're all in March.
Yeah, no, it's always March. It's never not March
It's never not March. You know, it's funny. It'll probably start to feel not like March again towards the end of October when it starts to feel like March, but in reverse. Do you know what I'm saying?
I kind of
It's
do,
just this year is inception. It's crazy.
Yep.
I hope you're having a great morning. There's going to be rain today. It's not going to be necessarily the prettiest day, but you know what? A little rain on a fall day.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Cozy.
Cozy is the word. 17 degrees for the high. Let's check in with the crew. TJ, what's on your mind, man?
I pulled a really smart move yesterday. I got a text from a random number saying, "Hey, just wanted to check in." And I responded with, "Hey, who is this?"
No, you didn't. Did you?
It turns out it was our boss. Our boss's boss. And I didn't have
That would
the
be
number
General
saved in my
Manager
phone.
Hillary?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And
Cool.
it was a really smart move on my part to question who was texting me and then finding out that it was management. So
You got to pull the whole, just fix my phone.
No.
No.
no,
You just
I
went
hit it
right
in plain
for
sight there. I just
Okay,
acted like an
okay.
idiot. So enjoy the time you guys have left.
No, get out of here.
Jax,
TJ.
what's up?
Listen, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I just want to let you know how close we are. Tonight's the night, boys.
What's the night? What's going on?
Harvest moon.
It's a harvest moon?
The
What does this
corn-
mean?
The corn
Means
moon.
Neil Young is coming out of his cave.
Yeah,
to
that's
sing the
right.
song.
Yeah. If he sees his shadow, he's back in
No,
for
TJ, you
6
go
more
ahead and
months.
say what the corn moon means.
I just did. It's Neil Young coming out of his cave.
What is it? What is
The
it?
corn moon, as I mentioned a couple weeks ago, and you guys still razz me then, is going to mean a lot of things, including a lot of people have felt stuck in patterns and a little bit bored lately. Obviously, we've been in a pandemic, but this is a new moon going into October, which is the fall moon, harvest moon, equinox, which kind of gives us a little bit more room to play and grow.
What
Right.
does any of that mean?
Don't know.
It means leave your house, TJ. That's what it means, okay? You want to play? Let's go.
I'm sure that's what the horoscope says. Leave your house,
Like, get out of your
TJ.
apartment,
I'm like, wow,
TJ.
this is oddly specific.
Oh, God.
Jesse, what's up with you?
I just want to shout out our dear Toronto Blue Jays who lost their first playoff game yesterday, but are back at it today at 4 p.m. And if they lose, they're out. But if they win, they're alive.
You know, I got to say, the fact that they're in it all. These
Yeah.
guys are all in their early
Yeah,
20s.
yeah.
This is an amazing story.
They're
And
just
it's
babies.
of all the sports stories, the depressing sports stories, losing the Raptors to Game 7 in the second round, they were amazing. The Leafs were not. And then the Jays, who are like just a bunch of kids who are like, we're just happy to be here. It's so cool. So cool.
WWBD, you know? What would Batista do?
No. He's going now. Just a heads up, too.
Jackson, I hate sports.
Just a heads up. We've got $500 instantly for you in just about an hour and a half. Plus, we're going to replay Ghosted just after 6 o'clock. Trending's at 5:50.
Oh, is
and it's
it?
the Black Eyed Peas right now.
Virgin Mornings.
With what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
This story made me giggle yesterday. The Ontario medical officer was warning you not to undercook your turkey when asked about Thanksgiving risks. Dr. David Williams, the chief medical officer of health for the province, was asked about whether or not the government will restrict Thanksgiving gatherings. And he asked people to keep their gatherings small and then went on a rant about emphasizing to cook the turkey well because we do have other outbreaks at this time, usually salmonella. And so we asked people to be careful and manage their proper procedures of handling, cooking, and preparation and serving.
Well, it takes like 4 hours. You got to you got to thaw the turkey because a lot of people will put it in like, oh, it takes 4 hours from frozen, and it's not. It's a very long process to do the turkey.
I start cooking mine now.
There you go. It's slow roasted.
It takes 14
I don't know what
days.
to say to you right now.
It's a good point. I do know that people were very upset with that headline.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Well, what about COVID? It's like, well, you mentioned COVID too.
Yeah, but people are upset about if we talk about COVID or if we don't. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, he can't win right now.
He's
There's no
probably
winning.
just exhausted and wants some turkey, yeah.
So remember that Wasaga Beach car rally we talked about the other day? Did you know only 11 people received tickets from that? Kind of. Okay, so there was 200 tickets handed out amongst the crowd of the 1,000 attendees. Most of them were for driving offenses related to like racing, burnouts, drifting taking place, that kind of thing. 40 cars were also towed, but only 11 of the 183 fines handed out were for violating the Reopening Act.
Okay.
So law enforcement told CBC that physical distancing at the illicit event was not even a possibility, but they apparently struggled with enforcement and were focusing first and foremost on breaking up the group, not doling out fines, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's a catchy headline, but the thing should be just get them the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you go on, Try lining up 500 cars and giving them a ticket.
Yeah.
You will be there for 2 days. So it's sort of like
Have you ever done this? Like, why? Are you
Well, I mean,
speaking with
it's
such-
going to take. Well, think about it. Okay, so when you see a parking guy outside,
Yeah.
we've had our parking tickets done
And we
outside of
run.
this, and we run.
Yeah, we run.
And it takes a while. He's got to enter all the information, and it's got to print out. It's not like a quick thing.
No, true.
So, like, and do you really think a couple of fines are really going to stop these guys? It's not. You have to actually lay down the law with them, or it's going to keep happening.
I'm gonna have a car
couple
rally.
fines at the event isn't going to like a $200 fine. Nah.
I'm going to have a car rally in the Much parking lot, and we're going to find out how quickly it goes.
that's
Watch
a great
out.
idea.
Don't even say that. It will actually happen.
I know, I didn't mean that. JK.
All these Dodge neons show up outside.
Jax is going to get it.
We're ready.
I'm on top of my Volkswagen being like, here we are.
Oh, yeah, it's just a megaphone.
It's my time.
You're wearing a pumpkin costume for some reason.
Anyway.
You're like, it's fall. Parents hear the phrase, I'm bored 6 times a day since the start of COVID. And because of that, 84% of parents said that they've allowed their child to have more screen time than usual during quarantine.
Did you guys get in trouble for saying I'm bored growing up?
Yeah.
Yep, every day.
You did,
My
eh?
father did not like that. It was not a thing in my house.
Oh, my dad would say, well, we're not going to be bored now. And I would be rest of the day doing chores. So I never say I'm bored. I like being bored. I enjoy being bored.
Yeah.
Being bored is a good thing because I remember my dad being like, oh, you're bored. We were at the cottage and the rest of it, raking, like he would send me into the woods to rake the leaves out of the woods.
Yeah.
Papa,
You know what I
my
mean?
hands
Where they're
hurt.
supposed to be leaves. Yeah,
Now your back's
literally.
going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. That's
Don't
what's
mess-
trending of TJ.
You do not mess with Kenny.
Poor boy.
No, he was right.
me.
He was absolutely
Was he?
right. Yes, he was. He was. I was being a little, you know what. Now, here's the thing. $500 instantly. You don't have to rake your dad's lawn. You don't have to do anything. $500 instantly at 7 o'clock with the Virgin Radio Moneymaker. And all you have to do right now is text money and your name to 99999. I don't know. Maybe if you're bored, I would do that.
Go rake the leaves.
Again, it's money and then your name to 99999 with Virgin Radio.
Virgin Mornings.
With what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
The other day, Halton police were called at around 11:15 p.m. after witnesses called 911 after seeing 4 individuals force a man into an apartment unit at gunpoint on Marlborough Court in Oakville. They said that there happened to be a hatchet. They heard screaming and yelling from the apartment. Police showed up. Turns out they were just filming a movie.
Oh,
They were film students.
Did I not
assuming
get the
didn't
memo when trending got really serious?
Yeah.
I was like, what's happening
Yeah,
here?
exactly. Yeah. I'm a journalist. I'm not. So they showed up and they searched the apartment. They located a fake handgun and a plastic hatchet. And the group explained that they were film students and that the weapons and screaming were part of a movie that they were filming, and they were released and no charges were laid by police. But
well, that's good.
yeah, maybe get a permit next time. Just throwing that out there.
Probably a good idea.
The presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden was last night, and man, was it something else. Absolute chaos is the only way you can describe it, and probably all we need to say about it. But if you're looking for a reason to not go on social media today, there's a really good reason for you right there. And Toronto has extended active TO road closures. It looks like it's going to be going on into October. That's just due because of the mild weather we've been having, and they're saying because of the COVID numbers as well. So there's a lot of big closures along Lakeshore and Bayview and River, just among some of the bigger closures in the city. But just, whatever's usually been closed over the last couple weekends, just assume those ones are closed again.
I want there to be a toboggan TO this winter.
Whoa.
We're just toboggan.
I told you how
all the
hard it
streets.
is to get a GT right now.
Yeah.
So don't you act like it's going to be easy.
Yeah, so you're looking for a GT snow
Yeah.
racer.
I'm looking for a GT
and you
online.
can't find one on Kijiji or anything like that?
I can't. Listen, they are hard to find,
I
my
don't think
friend.
are they that hard to find, or do you just not have Amazon?
They are. No, I do. You know, I have Amazon, and that I've been that I've been walking a fine line, and that I have a problem.
Virgin Radio Moneymaker is up next. $500 instantly. All you need to do now is text money and then your name to 99999 to get in on this. It's Virgin Radio.
Person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know,
Like all the way through to your core.
am I a bad person?
So, traveling during a pandemic when you don't have to. It's one thing if you have to. Completely different if you don't. Producer Jesse, let's talk about Nathan.
Nathan says, Dear Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax, my wife is upset with me. I returned from Vancouver on Sunday night, and she was upset with me before I left and when I returned. I grew up in BC and have lived in Ontario for over a decade now, but my parents and my close friends from high school are still out there. A few weeks ago, I made the decision to say, screw it, I'm going. I haven't seen them all year, and I would have seen them a couple times already if we weren't in a pandemic. My story to work in the airline was that I needed to visit my folks, but the truth is, And the truth that my wife knows, I stayed at Frank's place and was lit like a Christmas tree for a week. My wife called me irresponsible, and I'm a part of the reason that the pandemic is going on for so long and that cases are going up, which I felt was a bit dramatic.
That is a bit, I mean, come on.
But can you blame a guy for missing his best friends? I stayed safe while I was there and did see my parents once. Am I a bad person?
Yes. Bad person.
You say bad person?
Yeah, everybody's making sacrifices now, man. You think you're the only one that misses your friends and family? I haven't seen my parents since the spring because they're not in my bubble. Also other reasons. But mainly because they're not in my bubble.
They live down the road, TJ. They're here, TJ.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jax, what about you?
Yeah, bad person. There's two things I don't like in there. Lack of communication and lying.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
what's
lying.
the lack of communication?
Lack of communication is not like actually just talking through it with your partner and your wife and like, I don't know, coming to some sort of agreement or compromise, and also just like lying. You're just lying because you're saying that you're going to see your parents and you're not. You're going to get buck wild with your buddies. Got to see my bros. We got to talk about our things, you know?
Here's
Gotta
why
see them.
I don't
miss
think
them.
it's actually that bad, okay?
All right, how are you going to do this?
I can do this, actually. And the thing is, first off,
Bend it like Beckham
her
over
saying, the number one thing I had an issue with is her saying that he's the reason that COVID is
Yes,
spreading.
that is harsh. Yeah.
Aggressive.
It's
because
a lot.
As far as we know, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, that is harsh. That is
And
harsh.
if you've been to an airport lately, which most of us have not, they are among the cleanest and safest places in our society right now. There's nobody there, and the protocols are insane. So,
Except for all those planes. Okay.
he said he flew on the plane, which means he had to wear a mask,
Yes.
which means he had to pass all the protocols, right? Didn't leave the country so he doesn't have to quarantine, stayed at his friend's place, did not leave except to see his parents one time. So technically speaking, this guy is in a bubble.
Okay.
It might be a cross-country bubble, but he's in a bubble.
Yeah, but this is not, are you a COVID person? It's, are you a bad person? He lied to, like, you know what I mean? He lied to authority and he, like, let down his wife. That's what we're standing by here.
Adam, if I tell you I'm going to go home and do nothing,
Jesse.
but then I end up going to an amusement park and having the best time of my life, was that being truthful?
No.
Exactly. Bad person.
What?
I'm on your side.
No, he's right. He's right.
He is right.
I understand the not truthful thing, but bad person seems aggressive. Wanted to see his friend, needed a break. I feel like he didn't go to a bar. He didn't go out. He hung out at his friend's place.
Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is. I
He
really
lied.
don't. Who did he lie to?
Everybody.
Okay, but like he didn't lie to his wife. She knew he was going.
Yeah.
So who's he lying to?
I don't know. Himself. Yeah, her.
His wife.
Yeah, he said
About
I was
what?
going to go see my family.
Oh,
and
but
he
he
said,
did.
no. He said, I got drunk for a week.
Yeah.
And
No,
saw his parents once.
Once.
So
It's a
he did.
lie.
Once.
Yeah, because he wanted to protect them. Thank you.
Oh my God.
This guy's
Don't
a great person.
Hit him.
So
Is this a
416
debate last night? Like, what is happening?
416-872-9999. 999 to text. Is Nathan a bad person? You're probably going to say yes, but you should probably side with me anyway.
No.
All the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Producer Jesse, the story, please.
Nathan is from BC and he hasn't seen his friends and family all year. So he went out there a couple weeks ago to go see them. And when he was there, he visited his parents once and he got lit like a Christmas tree with all of his friends for the majority
All
of
of
the time.
his friends or one friend?
One of his friends, he stayed over at his place.
One
his buddy's
friend.
place, yeah.
This is important, one friend.
Ah, yes.
At least in my case.
And
You're
his
crazy.
wife knows everything he did and why he went out there, and she is very upset with him.
Now,
head to the West Coast and get drunk with my buds.
yeah. Now, honestly, he is
did
not
you-
going to have sex for a while.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest there.
Yeah.
True.
So that, that's the thing is that sometimes you got to be intelligent in a relationship, and that was not an intelligent move, Nathan. But I don't think he's a bad person because, as I said before, you don't have to tell people why you're traveling. Traveling is still legal, right? It is still legal within this country. If you are safe, you follow all the safety protocols, which they absolutely are at the airports. He went to his friend's place. He stayed at his friend's place. He saw his parents one time. Other than that, he was hammered the rest of the time. I don't see the big deal.
I just wonder how it's possible for you to stand up straight without a moral backbone. You know what I mean? I wonder that. I wonder that. I wonder that.
All right, well, tell me. Okay, so text. We'll get to the text. Let's get to the text.
Yeah, text on the 905. Bad person. His wife didn't want him to go. Marriage is a partnership. Also, when's her break? I'm sure she wants to be lit like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
She did. Well, she had the whole week.
Station.
She had the-
Okay.
She was there.
Okay. Easy.
What was she doing? No one's asking, huh?
It wasn't
No.
You're a
Don't stoop to his level, Jack.
I know. Thank you, TJ. Thank you.
From the 289, I don't think he's a bad person. The numbers might be rising regardless. Might as well enjoy it before we get locked back down.
Yeah.
That's one way to view the world, I guess.
Really
like
dark. I don't know if I can agree with that one.
You can't live like that. That is fear perpetuation.
From the 289, I agree with TJ. We've all made sacrifices. Needing to fly across the country to party with a buddy, whether at his house or not, is not a need. It is a want, and a selfish one at that. Boom.
Oh, I don't deny that he's selfish. I'm just saying he's not a bad person.
From the 289, his wife knew he was lit, and he didn't lie. He did what he said he was going to do. No, he did not. He bent the truth. He said, I'm going to go hang out with my buddy and see my parents. And what he did was see his buddy the whole week and pop in to say hi to his parents.
Communicating for convenience is not a good thing. That's what I heard.
And then there's two that I want to read that are just good fun times. From the 416, Adam, you are a bad person if you think this guy is not.
Yeah, tell him.
The minute he lied to
TJ.
transit authority, he knew he was doing something wrong.
Yeah, tell him,
Okay,
TJ.
well, okay, listen. The minute I sped on the way to work this morning, I knew I was doing something wrong. But I did it anyway. I was 3 over the speed limit. Can you imagine? God.
I'm
Okay, I get it. COVID's more serious than that. However, the point I'm trying to make here is that if he's within a 10-person bubble and he's safe and he's wearing a mask, I don't understand. I genuinely don't. I don't get why it's such a big deal. He doesn't even have COVID. And you guys are like, he's spreading it everywhere. He's just walking around coughing on people and sneezing in their direction.
I said before,
nobody can taste anything in this man's presence.
This damn segment is called Are You a Bad Person, not Are You a Compromised Person, okay?
Okay, I have this last text, and I think it's the most reasonable out of every text.
Okay, all right.
From the 647. He used the pandemic as an excuse to visit his lover.
What?
Really?
He lied.
Okay.
Not a bad person.
I'm out of here.
Okay, well, we are going to do the results next. I don't know about the lover part,
God.
but 416-872-9999, 999 to text. Listen, I can take it. But is he a bad person? I don't know. Results time.
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know,
Like all the way through to your core.
am I a bad person?
Nathan went to Vancouver to party with his friend. That's where he's from, so he took a week to go visit, and his wife is not happy with that.
Now, I'm saying he's not a bad person. He's a deceptive person. There's no question. Selfish? Absolutely. However, if we're talking about bad person, I feel like you'd have to be irresponsible. He went and saw his friend, stayed at his friend's house, saw his parents for one dinner or whatever. That was it. Did he bend the truth? Yes. Is he selfish? Absolutely.
I don't know in your land what makes you a bad person, but lack of communication and selfishness are on my list for sure.
I totally agree with you there, Jax.
Now, what are the texts saying before we get to the results?
We have a couple texts here. We did mention before somebody from the 647 texted and said he used the pandemic as an excuse to visit his lover. Then someone from the 905 said, actually, that lover thing makes sense. Maybe his lover is the guy in Vancouver.
Where is
this going?
We are now on a gay triangular narrative, and I'm here for it.
Okay,
I love
all
it.
right.
You know what, guys? This is our own fault. We did this. One here from the 519. Not a bad person. If he is following protocols, he was probably exposed to less people on his trip than you would be on a trip to the grocery store on a Saturday. Just relax.
No.
And we also...
You don't know that.
You got one more?
Yeah, from the 289. Bad person. You're married. Take your wife's opinion and communicate. And then there's a bunch of spelling mistakes. But the beginning part of that text
the
is
idea
good.
is you're bad.
Yeah.
Now, there was a text here that I love too. His wife doesn't get to go have fun while he is. She's probably taking care of the kids. Guys, we don't know if they have kids. We also don't know if he's gay. So can we stop extrapolating and trying to fit this narrative?
No, this makes Adam
not
wrong.
a bad person.
This makes that he's gay and has children. This makes Adam wrong in any circumstance, so I'm here for it.
He's gay, he has children, he's selfish.
Yeah, he bought a new car right when he got back. Didn't wear a mask in the dealership.
He doesn't care about anybody.
All right.
Didn't get her a Christmas present last year.
Let's bring it back. Producer Jesse, I know who wins this, but who wins this?
It was a lot closer than you think.
Really?
But
Yes. 60% said bad person.
Hey.
come here, TJ, give me a kiss.
We can't. I'm flying to Vancouver this weekend to see some friends.
What would you do with 100,000 Virgin Mornings?
With what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
The Ontario medical officer says don't undercook chicken when asked about Thanksgiving risks. Dr. David Williams, the chief medical officer of health for the province, was asked about whether or not the government would restrict Thanksgiving gatherings, which, by the way, is next weekend. And he asked people to keep gatherings small and then said, we have to emphasize to cook the turkey well because we do have other outbreaks at this time, usually salmonella. And so we ask people to be careful and manage their proper procedures of handling, cooking, and preparation and serving.
Which he has to say. I know, for this poor guy, they're giving him a hard time. Yeah. He does have to say that.
I do think it was very funny.
Yeah, I do.
You can't win. You know,
no, especially now in a pandemic. There's no winning.
No. We're all just looking for reasons to be mad, right?
Yeah. Give this man a break.
Poor guy was just like, hey, everyone, be careful what you eat. And they're like, I didn't talk about COVID.
Yeah. He's like, salmonella also exists. Just ahead.
As you cry gently in the shower, I just can't win. I just can't win.
It doesn't sound like a gentle cry.
No.
Oh, it never is.
We have the results of the Wasaga Beach car rally. Remember the one we talked about the other day where there was like 500 cars or something?
Who won?
Oh, no one. No one wins this. There was 1,000 people in attendance, and OPP handed out over 200 tickets. Most of just under 200 tickets. Most of them were for driving offenses like racing and burnouts and drifting and whatnot. 40 cars were also towed and had their plates removed for being unsafe. Of the 183 fines handed out, only 11 of them were for violating social distancing rules and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, which seems low. And of course, the story goes viral, and they told... law enforcement said that, it's just because physical distancing wasn't even possible. Yeah. And they were struggling to just, keep enforcement down and, get everyone to disperse. So, handing out tickets wasn't the first priority.
You have to understand, okay? The Wasaga Beach does not have a local police department. They have the OPP.
Yeah.
And the OPP are sparse all over Ontario because there's just so much ground to cover. So they had to call in people from York and Peel, which is a 45-minute to an hour drive away, just to get enough people there to break this party up. So give them a break on this one. They did issue 200 tickets, which, by the way, takes a lot of time. Yep. The priority is get them the hell out of there so there's not an outbreak,
right?
The
tickets aren't the problem. The cars are the problem.
Yes. And also stop doing this, guys. Really?
Yeah.
You can do this another way.
A new study said parents hear this phrase on average 6 times a day since the start of COVID. And we have a text coming from the 705. As a parent to a 3-year-old, the only phrase I hear 6 times a day, and maybe more, is "Daddy, watch me," which is very adorable.
That is cute.
This one is a bit more annoying. It's "I'm bored." Parents hear that minimum 6 times a day.
I was not allowed to say that growing up. My father would get after me.
Yeah, what would he do?
Oh, he'd just say, figure it out, then go outside. I don't know what to do with you, go outside. Yeah, he really didn't like it. It made him upset.
I was pretty good as a kid at keeping myself busy. There was one time I spent an entire summer digging a hole in my parents' backyard. And I don't know why. I don't know what caused it, but I did it. Mm-hmm. So, should I have been in therapy younger? Probably. But it's good. I'm glad we uncorked that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. 84% of parents said they've also allowed their children to have more screen time than usual during the quarantine. And 100% of the parents said if their children were digging a hole in their backyard, they would also ignore it. That's what's trending on TJ.
You know, I have to say, the biggest lifesaver for me, and I think for any parent with kids under the age of 2, is the Wiggles. Thank God for the Wiggles. You can get them on Netflix. You guys don't know. I know you're looking at me like the Jax and TJ have no idea, but if you have a kid under the age of 2 or 3, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you got the Wiggles, your life is okay.
Put on Paw Patrol, coward.
Everly's not into it yet.
Yeah, she doesn't like Marshall.
Give her Caillou.
Don't do that to her.
Way.
I remember we were too broke to have a...
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jack.
Sunny right now. Should rain a little bit later and definitely into the evening. It's going to be about 17 degrees today. So kind of a fall day. You would expect that for the last day in September. And TJ admitted a couple songs ago that he spent a summer just digging a hole in his parents' backyard.
Damn right.
And we got a text from Oshawa. Hey, TJ, I have 4 dogs who dig holes in my yard all the time. If you want to relive your childhood, you can come on over and dig with them anytime.
You know what? I always want to get nostalgic, so I'm in.
And I also
busy.
I was mentioning that because over the pandemic, there was a lot of kids. There's just been a lot of kids that have been saying, "I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored."
Yeah.
The thing that has saved me is the Wiggles. And all the parents who know what I'm talking about texted it, so I just want to shout you guys out and play a little
salad. Yummy, yummy.
Get ready, guys.
Hear the song of the Virgin Radio 6 at 6 tonight.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Yummy, yummy.
So this is a jam, by the way. Fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, 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 yummy. Wow! Salad.
Turn it up.
Oh. There's that. And then this is a big one, okay? Hot potato.
Hot potato, hot potato. Hot potato, hot potato, hot potato.
I have
the big
hot
hits.
potato.
My nephews love this.
Because they never tell you what to do with the hot potato. It's like they're just exclaiming that they're holding a hot potato.
Yeah, they should probably let it go.
They should probably let it go. We also had a text here from the 905 because I mentioned Paw Patrol. Someone said, Paw Patrol is also my jam. My nephew will call to ask me questions about Paw Patrol, and I always know the answer. Maybe it's about how Marshall is underqualified and bad at his job.
Are bananas and pajamas not in anymore?
Not anymore.
No.
By the way, who's funding Paw Patrol? They have a lot of money.
They do.
The government.
Deep state. Couple songs from right now. We're going to talk about some great fall dating spots that are COVID friendly.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Second wave. Don't you just want to ride it? So exciting.
Yeah, all the
Surf
way.
that second
All the
wave.
way,
I don't know
far,
what that
far
means.
away.
I know. It sucks, okay? So here's the deal. We got to get a little more creative with our fall themed dates because we got to be safe. You know, it's important. Wash your hands, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Don't freak out, but wash your hands and wear a mask.
Yeah.
But what do you do for a date? So, these are the top 9 things that you can apparently do that will work for fall.
Give me
according to
inspo,
Elite
baby.
Daily. Yeah, so number 1, plan a fall-themed movie night.
I don't hate that. Get a nice cozy blanket, perhaps a new candle.
Watch
That's
Halloween
fall
Town?
scented. Guys, this is a safe place. I've never watched Halloween Town.
You know what, man?
I haven't either.
Here's a safer place. Halloween Town isn't good.
Okay, so I've heard
Adam.
about
It's not
Halloween
good.
Town that if you, 1, know what it is, and 2, have watched it, you're all about Halloween Town.
yeah, it's
Nightmare
weird.
Before Christmas or nothing, buddy.
Yeah,
Come
true.
on.
Number 2, have a wine and paint a pumpkin night.
Yeah.
That actually,
that sounds great.
given what's going on right now, the wine part, given what's going on, I actually don't hate that. If I could get a stencil, though,
Yeah.
because I can't paint, I can't draw, I'm terrible. If I could just have that stencil and whatever, and I can paint this color here, I'm down.
My bubble buddies and I have already agreed to do pumpkin carving on my back table because it's like it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
My girlfriend wants to do a pumpkin carving, and she's like, but she's from Peterborough, so she's from suburbia. She doesn't know how apartments really work. And I'm like, well, where are we going to put the pumpkin? She's like, on your balcony. I'm like, for who?
Everybody's going to see it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, Val, that's so sweet.
Number 3, set up your very own cider tasting.
Yep, in the bathtub. Let's make some cider.
That's called making hooch.
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do it. Yeah.
No, I think you just would get a bunch of cider cans like Strongbow and
Pour it into the bathtub. Yeah, we're
Pour it
saying
in the
the same thing.
bathtub. Number 4, bleach dye. This is TJ has done this.
TJ, yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
bleach
yeah,
dye.
yeah.
Bleach dye yourself some cozy sweats. Now, this is a big thing online where you basically bleach tie dye your stuff.
Yep.
And you buy cheap sweats or cheap.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
So I grabbed some sweaters online. They were pretty cheap. And then you put bleach in a spray bottle. You kind of scrunch it up. Then you spray it down with a little bit of water. You let it dry for a day. And then it looks like a cool pattern on it. My girlfriend and I are actually doing that this weekend.
Oh, you're doing it again?
Yeah, because
Are you
the
gonna
first
wear
time I
more
did
than
it, I
once?
didn't think it
He
worked.
knows
And then
what
I
I'm gonna
realized
say.
I did it in a dim lit room and I put way too much bleach on it. And now it's way too gray. So I got to do it again.
All right. Number 5, make your own fall themed treats. Now, treats doesn't have to be cookies. Jax is doing a soup cook-up this weekend. So, Jax, what soups are on the menu for your fall?
Well, listen, let me tell you what. Split pea soup. Here we come.
Yep, okay.
There's one down there.
Love.
I'm thinking, well, I'm going to wait
Squash?
for after this. No squash. No, I don't mess with squash. I may make a nice little chili. I am going to make some turkey soup, but that's going to be after Thanksgiving, obviously.
Tomato.
But no tomato soup. I don't like tomato soup a lot. I know. You're going to come at me.
Can I come at you guys with a fall soup that you may never have had, but is the most delicious fall soup ever?
Yeah.
Apple zucchini soup.
Oh, yes.
Outrageous.
Okay, how about this? And this is a not really popular choice, so just bear with me. Chicken noodle soup. You guys ever had chicken noodle soup?
I just want more for you, you know?
Number
Really
6,
good.
plan a pumpkin-themed scavenger hunt around the house or your dinner.
How big do you think these places
yeah,
are?
no, this
300
is
square foot apartment.
clearly for people that have a house. Number 8, transform your hallway, if you have one, into a haunted house.
Again, I live in a 300 square foot
Well,
apartment.
that means you have less to decorate.
I feel
Number
like life
9,
is a haunted house.
have a tailgate cook-off in the kitchen.
Actually, that's kind of cute.
Yeah.
That's kind of cute.
What's a tailgate cook-off?
Well, it's kind of like if you've ever gone to like a Buffalo Bills game,
Yeah.
and they do their outdoor kind of cook
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I know
and ribs and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, for sure. You just do that, but in the house.
That's
It's dinner.
a lot of smells.
It's called dinner.
I was going to say, that sounds messy.
Yeah, all right. So some of those were good, some of them were misses, but just we're trying, okay? It's a tough time.
Any port in a storm.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
So I have to tell you this story because I was COVID shamed yesterday just on the productivity level. There are some people who take a lot of free time and do nothing with it. I'm one of those people. I mostly blame it on being a parent, but really, let's be honest. I'm
This
just
was
not doing
happening
it
before the baby.
Yeah. This is totally how I am. If I don't have anything planned, I will get nothing done. That's just the way it is. However, my doctor, and of course, because he's a doctor, he would, of course, be way more productive than I am. He told me yesterday while he's working on my neck, because I have a bad neck and a bad back.
Don't you?
And he said, so what did you do during the pandemic? I'm like, I don't know. I kept working, raising my daughter and everything. And he said, oh, cool. I wrote 2 manuscripts for nonfiction. Oh, no, he's going into fiction, excuse me.
Oh,
and,
excuse you.
And he
That's the fake
enrolled for a creative writing course at U of T, the top university in the country.
Okay, so here's what my theory on this is. He was waiting for you to ask.
I don't think so.
I think
He's
so.
not that kind of guy. He's super humble, super humble.
If he was so humble, he just would have said like, yeah, I kept busy.
True. I mean,
He just told me what he did, and that's
TJ
honestly
has a
what
really
he did.
valid point.
I don't think so. I don't think when you answer the question honestly, which is what he did, and he's married, and his wife was working through the whole thing, and he's like, I'm at home. Why don't I write 2 books? I think there's nothing wrong. See, there's nothing not humble about that. If he said I wrote 2 amazing books that are going to be bestsellers, then he's egotistical. But this is just him being humble.
I mean, Adam, you bought a paddleboard and never rode it. Like, don't be hard on yourself. Come on.
Okay, that's kind of true. But I just wanted to know, because let's be honest, everybody on this morning show's the same. If we have nothing planned, we won't do anything.
That's
right?
Not true. I'm incredibly productive. Ask
That
me
is
what I
not-
did yesterday.
What did you do yesterday? Jax
ask me about the day before.
And Jax goes hiking. But you
I go-
plan it, right?
I
You
planned it, but you know what? I built a garden, and I'm very proud of it.
And you should be proud of it. It was amazing that you did that.
3 months ago.
So here's the question.
You have to take care of the garden.
There are people among us who are low-key like, oh, second wave, huh? Oh, no, I won't have to go out. Oh, no, I can't wait to be super productive again. And I wanted to hear from you. 416-872-9999, 999 to text. We want you to humble brag.
Yeah.
What did you get done during the pandemic that you are kind of proud of, that you're keeping to yourself, that you should, that you would like to announce to the entire city? We want to hear that story. I want to be inspired by you. Because I'm lazy. It's 99.9 Virgin Radio.
We were one drag off a cigarette. Now
Day and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
You will fall into 2 schools of thought here. Either I feel really guilty for how little I've done during the pandemic, or hey, I need to call that radio station and humble brag about all the amazing stuff I did. Because we're looking for the people that were not like us and super productive during the first wave, and probably will be during the second wave as well. Luke, that brings us to you. Tell us about what you did.
Yeah, so I was kind of in isolation there, and I wanted to be productive. So I taught myself C# from the ground up, and I built an entire video game and sold it after a month.
What?
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I'm kind of crazy like that, I guess.
Wow, what's
crazy?
What's the premise of your video game?
It's just like a basic like RPG.
Role-playing game for anybody that doesn't know what that is.
Really simple, but it was a good new thing to learn.
And you sold it.
Yeah, it's available on Steam, which is like a gaming platform. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Listen, I don't want to be too forward, but speaking of RPGs, when this is over, do you want to play The Sims together?
Absolutely.
All right, baby, call me.
Hey, we should talk. We want to do a Virgin Mornings video game. So
Yeah, we do.
What?
Hey, I can help you out with that.
Yeah. As your character grows, so does their anxiety.
Hey man, congratulations to you.
Yeah,
Shout out the
that's so
game.
badass.
If it's on Steam, tell us what's it called so we can look it up.
It's called Monstall. It's MONSTAAL.
Cool.
And just so I know, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
Of course you
Made
are.
a lot of bad
Thanks,
decisions
Luke.
having there.
Oh, dear.
Okay, text messages, teach.
Yeah, from the 905. I lost almost 50 pounds, worked 2 jobs, left my ex-boyfriend, and
Hell
came
yeah.
out as bi to my parents. That's
That's a hell of a
so
pandemic.
bad.
pandemic.
Busy.
Wow.
It sounds like they lost more than that weight, though.
Hey.
Your ex? Hey.
Like that.
Sometimes you lose a couple hundred pounds, you know what I'm
that's
saying?
One from the 905. I finally pushed my husband and I to finish painting the house, and we didn't kill each other.
Good for you.
Another thing we're celebrating. This one from the 226 just kind of spoke to me as a fellow organized person. I inventoried my entire home.
Yes.
I wrote down everything I own.
Oh.
I don't know to what end, but that's what they did.
I
And
mean,
let me ask-
everybody has their thing.
Did you guys inventory your entire home?
No, I moved, so you sort of have to inventory.
I definitely cleaned and was organized, but I didn't inventory.
We will never understand.
But at least they have a list now.
You know? Just,
Keep them coming. Some of these are really impressive. 999-416-872-9999.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde, TJ, and Jax.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
All right, put us to shame. What did you do during the pandemic, the first wave, or this summer, whatever, during like all the kind of lockdown stuff that has allowed you to move forward as a human being? Basically, shame us for all the productivity that you've had. So text is 999-99-TEACH.
Text from the 289. During the pandemic, I managed to pay down my debt.
Yeah.
I built a garden and now have an enormous amount of veggie supply.
Good for you.
Also practice a lot of self-care. The paying down the debt alone, very impressive.
Yes,
absolutely.
And it's such a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Even just chipping away at it, absolutely.
And this last one here from the 647. My sister-in-law and I developed an app for children to be able to safely find and video chat with their friends from daycare or school.
Cool.
It's in the approval stages with Apple and Android as we speak. It's called Kaleidoscope Kids.
I love that.
It's a great idea.
Good for them.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We looking out for Kaleidoscope Kids? Mm-hmm. No more? That's all you want to leave?
That's all I want.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We got Erica on the phone. And Erica her and her husband are contrasting, to say the least. So, Erica, we're going to start with what you gained.
What I have gained like 10 pounds.
You are not alone, baby.
So, we're looking for pandemic show-off. So, you're calling in to shout out your husband.
I am, and mostly about how guilty I feel. Not because he makes me feel guilty, but just because this man does not stop. So he's been the productive one, and then I just sit there like in the kitchen folding laundry and like eating and drinking wine.
What does he? Hey, we all have our roles. Yeah. Now, what does he do?
So he built me like a 12 by, I don't even know, 16, 20-foot garden outside, industrial lumber and stuff.
Badass.
He has cleaned out the entire garage and like painted it. Completely unnecessary, just needs to get stuff done. He put an indoor putting area in our unused basement.
Pardon me?
Yeah. Okay? Like, this guy just doesn't stop. He continually is doing something.
How many minutes of sleep does he get a night?
Oh, it's like 4. I don't know.
Yo, your husband is my dad.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep and putts and does things.
Yeah,
he just putts around the house and does stuff, and you're like, I didn't even know that needed to be done. He's like, I've been looking at that for years, and it's driving me crazy.
Some people, though, like they exhibit performance and productivity when they feel out of control, right? So, you guys are both coping differently through a really, really strange time. So, congrats to you guys both.
Well, and our LCBO bill has gone up. Thank you so much.
See, as Adam said, everyone contributes in their own way.
Yeah, but industrial lumber is expensive too. Don't worry about it.
You're amazing. Thank you for your call.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for listening to the show.
Virgin Mornings
with what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
According to Halton Police, the other night at around 11:15 p.m., witnesses called 911 after seeing 4 people force a man into an apartment at gunpoint in Marble Court in Oakville. Witnesses also happened to see a hatchet and heard screaming from the apartment. When police arrived, it turns out they were filming a movie. They were film students who didn't have a film permit.
I was like, what happened to trending?
There was no injuries. Everyone was fine. They walked in there like, what's going on? I think like SWAT was there. And then they were like, no, we're just film students.
I was so confused. I was like, ever since he got those new glasses, now he delivers hard
spectacles,
news.
First of all.
No, I was done talking. Don't worry.
I talked over you. Sorry.
That's okay, baby.
Hey, did you watch the presidential debate last night? Good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have, because holy cow, was it something else?
Yeah.
Absolute chaos is basically the only way you can describe it. If you're looking for a way to not go on social media today, that is a good one.
Awesome. Okay. Good. Goodbye.
Toronto is extending active TO road closures. This is that thing where they shut down some major arteries just to make it more spaced out for pedestrians and cyclists. So the big ones, of course, are Lakeshore, Bayview, River, some others as well. They're keeping it going into October due to the warmer weather and the higher COVID numbers. So I believe it was supposed to shut down at the end of September, but now it's extended.
I think so, yeah. And you know what? There's one closure right near me at the end on the east end of Lakeshore. I love it. Like, a lot of people are complaining in the neighborhood about like the fact that they can't get their cars into Leslieville and the park. Listen, I got to tell you, I live right there, right between Leslieville and the beaches, like Queen and Coxwell, and it's awesome. And going for a bike ride and like throwing Evie in the back, I got the little cars, and then going on the road and stuff, and you can socially distance. I think it's awesome that we're doing this.
How is Evie on the bike, by the way?
Great.
Yeah.
Only every once in a while, though, she'll put her fingers in her mouth while we're biking,
I have the same
and we'll
problem.
go over a bump, and she's got sharp baby teeth,
no.
and then
They're
she'll bite down on her
razors,
finger.
little razors,
and then
yeah.
you have to, and then all of a sudden you just hear this scream from the back, and you have to stop because everybody, of course, looks at you, and you have to stop, and you have to turn around. And you go, okay, so we bit her finger, then we pull her out of the seat, we do a hug. She goes,
Oh,
the
honey
heaving,
bunny.
and then she's happy again because she's forgotten that she's bitten down on her finger. You put her back, and you keep going.
You know, I'm training her to troll you, correct?
Yes, it's working.
And she didn't even bite her finger. She just knows that she likes hugs.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
That's what's trending. I'm TJ.
Thank you, TJ. That's it for us. Robin is taking over next. Now, as you already know, but I'm going to say it again, Virgin Radio Money Maker. That makes you $500 instantly at 10 o'clock. All you need to do right now is text money and then your name in the same text to 99999. Again, it's money first, name second, 999 Virgin Radio.
If I woke